Hi there, I'm Jamie Dunbar, and welcome back to the Dunbar Dog Diaries, The Puppy Next Door. This is Week 3, Video 2. In our last training session, I introduced Daisy to a long-term confinement area so she could spend a few hours alone unsupervised. In this video, I'm going to add some novel objects to our training studio to help Daisy get used to new things. However, before we jump into the video, I just wanted to say that if you are enjoying this series and want to learn more about dog training and behavior, make sure to check out our self-guided dog training courses at dunbaracademy.com. We have hundreds of hours of dog training videos, lectures, and seminars, as well as worksheets and ebooks, all of which can be purchased individually or as part of our $20 Top Dog Academy subscription. Alternatively, if you're interested in real-time, live online puppy classes with some of the best puppy training instructors in the world, check out our sister site, SeriousPup.com. Our small, live online classes will teach you all the essential skills you need to raise and train your puppy or adult dog. And the best part is, you'll have access to a real live instructor who will coach and guide you through any issues you might have and answer all of your dog training questions. It's easily one of the best ways to get the support you need to raise a puppy, all without leaving the comfort of your own home. If you're interested in either of these, we'll provide links to both in the description down below. Okay, with that out of the way, let's jump into the video. Well, Ian and Kelly told me that my training environment was a little too sterile and that I needed to add some novel objects. So, here we go. What do you think? Did I add enough novel objects? I don't know if you can go overboard with this sort of thing, but if you can, I'm pretty sure I have. But I'm pretty sure Daisy's going to be able to handle it. And we're going to give her plenty of time to get used to things and take it slow. Kelly also pointed out that actually a bunch of novel stuff is less scary than one novel thing in an otherwise sterile environment. So let's let Daisy out and see what she thinks. Daisy, do you want some water? First of all, just curious. We did recently take Daisy to the potty. She peed and pooped over at the neighbors. So yeah, there's a lot going on out here. Now, lately, based on some advice, Ian and Kelly have told me that sometimes right after you let your dog out of the crate is a good time to do a little handling. And I was thinking Daisy was all fired up and raring to go. But based on all this new stuff, maybe it would be nice to just take a moment, pick her up, let her look at stuff from the safety of my arms. Yeah. We've got a lot of new stuff, don't we, Daisy? Oh, that is very nice. I do like those kisses. You are such a cute little puppy whoop. Yeah. Want to go look? I know there's a lot of stuff. So amongst all of these things, very few of which are actually items for Daisy to play with, I did put a few chew toys. So we've got a little Snoop here. We've got some Kongs. I'll put some food in them. Maybe I'll get out her little baby puppy Snoop. And this way, if she does start playing with things I don't want her to play with, I can redirect her to chew toys, which I do want her to play with. You know, I want her to be able to look through an environment filled with objects like this and pick out the things that are actually for her. You know, she's going to live in a house with little kids, and there's going to be toys and stuff around, and those little kids aren't going to want Daisy using them for her chew toys. You know, they're not going to want Daisy to chew on their favorite plushies or their little Lego kits. So we've got Kongs here. As you can see, I've got a couple of wheeled items. Those things can move, and so those can be unsettling for dogs. Other things that can be very unsettling are kind of like things that look like animals. They're like, you know, the size of an animal. Good job, Daisy. Yeah, you're very brave. So right now she's just sticking here with me with the familiar things, and that's totally fine. I'm in no hurry here. We've been working in such a boring, sterile environment that is a big change. And I'm gonna let her take the lead on exploring. You know, I'm not even really gonna entice her out into this big world just yet, because I don't want to say, you know, lure her out into some new thing she's never seen before and have something fall over or make a noise and that scare her, and you know, then she kind of loses a little trust in me. She says, well, I don't know if I should follow you anymore. You led me into the cardboard brick avalanche zone or something like that. Yeah. It is also a point that, obviously I took a very boring environment and added a ton of stuff. And so there's a lot here for Daisy to explore. And she might be spooked by some of it, in which case we'll offer her some kibble around it. Maybe I will take one of these snoops and put it out there a little farther, so I'm not going to lure her out into the world. But these inanimate objects are going to. Oh, yeah, it's okay, Daisy. That is an unstable platform. That's just a piece of cardboard on a brick. Here, we can put another piece over here. Well, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe I don't want to lure her there. But I think if I just put the food there, that's not really me luring her there. Yeah. And so, she's exploring, but it's always good to mix in a little bit of training. So let's see if I can get her to engage with me a little bit. Daisy, Daisy, you sit. Oh, I guess you've got your chew toy here. Well, that's good. I like that you're interested in your chew toy. Yeah, that's right. These ones have food in them. Daisy, yeah. You want a piece of food? I got food. Oh, you got a big jackpot out of there. Oh, maybe I will move to a different place. See if she comes over to... I'm going to be very, very careful stepping around this area. I do not want to step on Daisy's little paws. If I had slightly less stuff in here, I might shuffle around a little bit without raising my feet up. Ian gave me that tip as a way to avoid stepping on little puppy paws. Yeah, and so right now she is eating kibble from her chew toys in the presence of all of these new and crazy things. And that's helping her realize that they're not anything to be scared of. The food that she eats is helping her form a positive association with these objects. And this is similar to what we would do classically conditioning her to be comfortable around other people or other dogs. Just take it easy, give her some time, give her some space, let her enjoy some snacks. Oh, good girl. Yeah, have some water. I do want to explore a little bit. I might move a couple of these out here. Over here with me. One of them over here. One of them over here. Oh, yeah, that's that wobbly board from before. Remember, Daisy? Maybe put one of these over there. Yeah, what do you think? Oh, you want some food from over here? So here we've got a little plush doggy that looks like a dog. And these are a common item that can unsettle dogs. Something that looks like a little animal, but it isn't really. Now the other thing I want to keep in mind, she's exploring, she's not engaged with me, and if she leaves me and goes off sniffing elsewhere, that could be a sign that she needs to use the potty. You might want to take a little potty break. Oh, look at that. Things that you want to desensitize your dog to include strange materials that they might walk on. Like being on top of something that's unfamiliar, like this aluminum foil. It's pretty weird. Might work our way up to that. Other things, like this saran wrap. Saran wrap's kind of interesting. Good girl, Daisy. Yeah. Got a lot of interesting stuff here. Oh, yep, under the little bridge. Remember that? Here. You A couple things on there. So yeah, I could spend probably quite some time here with Daisy, and she'd gradually, build up her confidence, explore these different items. Good girl. So the whole point here is we are teaching Daisy to expect the unexpected and to find novel things to be not so scary, Understand that just because something's new doesn't mean you need to be worried about it. So I would fill this environment with as many new things I could think of. Oh, I've got a ball for you, Daisy. This is not really a ball. I don't know that you can chew on that, so maybe that's okay to play with. But look, I got a ball specifically for you if you want one. Look. Whew. That's Daisy's ball. That's Daisy's ball. Oh, did you pick it up? Good job. There you go. Thank you. And, oh. Yeah, you just bumped into a chew toy. All right, well, I'm going to continue letting Daisy explore this area for quite some time. And we'll probably check in again in a little while. But yeah, I think that was a pretty good start. She did not seem particularly spooked by anything. She's just quietly investigating things. Occasionally she picks up something or starts trying to... Oh, no thank you. Yeah, Daisy, get your chew toy. Your chew toy. Chew toy. Good job. Perfect timing. Occasionally she gets something and pulls on something, chews on something she shouldn't. Redirect her to the chew toy. Other than that, I'm just letting her explore and offering her gentle praise. Putting some food treats down in some places for her to go find. So yeah. Daisy, get your chew toy. Get your chew toy. Yeah. Oh, the Snoop is just dropping treats left and right. Ooh, there's one in there. Oh, the ball pit. Are you going to make your way up to the ball pit someday? Someday, maybe. Oh, oh. Here, Jason, get your chew toy. Get your chew toy. Chew toy. Yeah, we don't want to bite on this guy. No. I think if there's anything that she kept going back to and playing with that I didn't want her to, I might take that item away, put it up where she can't reach it, put it back down later. Good girl. Yes, you're being very brave. Yeah. Look at you go. Ooh, up the little ramp. Oh, very exciting. Feels a little wobbly, doesn't it? Huh? Not so sure about that. That's okay. That's just fine. Yeah, we've got some roller skates. Combination of shoes plus wheels. Pretty exciting for a dog. Good girl, Daisy. You're fired up to play with the toy, aren't you? Okay, here, I'll go to a different place. You can come to me to get the toy. How about that? Doop, doop, doop. Hey, Daisy. Whoa. She does not seem too worried about stuff, so now that she's kind of gotten more used to things, I think I am going to see if I can get her to move around this space using her beloved chew toy. And thank you. Thank you. Good girl. Here you go. Do you want a piece? Nope. All right. Well, there you go. Over there. Can you get over there? Ooh. Ooh. Good girl. Good girl. And thank you. Thank you. Good. And I'll try. Uh-oh. I took my little windscreen off. I guess we don't need that. It's not windy. Daisy, here. Off. Good girl. Take it. Yeah. Yeah. And thank you. Good girl. Off. Good. Take it. Yeah. Okay, so I want to teach her now. She loves her tug toy so much that that I want to be able to get it back. So I say, thank you. Good job. Got a piece of kibble. And off. And take it. Yeah, good job. Good job. All right, Daisy. Well, this has been a lot of fun, but I think we should call it a session. Yeah? I think it might be time for a little settle down. Your brain has a lot to process. Thank you. Thank you. Good job. So you follow me. We'll get we'll get your Snoop. We'll get a few treats. And let's go back in our crate and we'll come play with all this stuff again in a little while. All right, well, this concludes our first desensitization to novel objects in the home session. I think it went pretty well. I think she's got, her little brain's got a lot to get used to. See you in the next video.
Well, that was a lot of fun. Obviously, I went a little crazy here, but I wanted to see how Daisy would react. And honestly, I also kind of wanted to see how Kelly would react. And so, with that in mind, let's hear what Kelly has to say.
All right, hi Kelly, how's it going?
Hey Jamie, it's pretty good.
All right, so good. We just watched that video of I must say I was very excited to show you this video because
really
the training environment was so sterile before, and I decided to really go crazy with it. So yeah, I'm very curious to hear what do you think about the crazy room?
I think you had a lot of fun making that.
I did. I had a lot of fun.
Did the girls help you? Did you do that all by yourself?
Oh yeah, no, definitely got the girls to help. I think they were a little confused and jealous. They're like, "Why does the puppy need all of our toys?" Explain to the puppy needs to get comfortable with strange things, and kid stuff is strange.
Yeah, it's great that you have kids around and that you have access to all that. But even more importantly, since Daisy does live with kids as well, it's great for her to get acclimated to that kind of stuff while an adult is fully present and focused on helping her navigate the landscape, if you will, the varied landscape, and directing her to the right places. It looked cool. You outdid yourself with that one. It was fun. Very fun to see. And that is actually the kind of environment that I would love to see most breeders have for their puppies at 5 weeks of age, when they start letting them, out of their little whelping area, and exploring into a larger pen, or a larger indoor kennel or a room, or even outside in the garden when they start taking them outside. That is when would be ideal to start puppies on that kind of stuff, because they have no expectations, right, when they're first coming out to explore. And the more that they just see crazy stuff and stuff they can climb on top of and stuff that wobbles and shiny surfaces, the better. So it's never too late. Well, maybe it is eventually too late in a sense to acclimate them to it. I'm not saying acclimate them to it, but to make that normal. But yeah, that was a great example for people and how to, and for breeders and people with young puppies, and how to
Kelly,
enrich their environment.
You just given me a fantastic idea. I could offer my services, crazy room in a box, and I could come to breeder and be like, "Oh, you want crazy stuff? I can bring the crazy to you." And call me when your litter's 5 weeks old, and I'll show up with pool noodles and skateboards and roller skates and all that jazz.
I mean, of course, their environment shouldn't be too sterile even before that, but I think that about 5 weeks is when their eyes start to really open up a little bit, where they're going to explore a little more. So I think it's a great idea. And now for the average home, I don't know if they're going to have access to that many toys. And I would say to the average person who maybe doesn't even have children or doesn't have the imagination or wherewithal to take that all out and then put it all away, that you could probably get away with, a quarter of that or less even, and still have a non-sterile environment. And most homes are not a non-sterile environment. They're not a filming studio, right? So most homes will naturally have more diversity. But I love how you taught the puppy how to navigate through things and again, redirected her when necessary. She's going to explore with her mouth, and you don't want to be too pushy on that. Of course, you don't want her chewing on inappropriate plush toys, or chewing on shoes, or building blocks or whatever you might put in there. But do make sure, as you did, I would probably put more dog friendly things in there as well, like some rope toys or fleecy toys, something different. Now, if your puppy has plush toys and your kids have plush toys, then you have to think about that. How's the puppy gonna ever know the difference? So I think in your case, you're keeping her on rubber and silicone chew toys for now, which is great. But she does have her sock, which is kind of like a plush toy. Or not sock, her little
Her tug toy is like an
carcass.
animal
Yeah.
it's like a plush carcass.
Yes. So and that can make things a little more challenging, and you don't want to discourage her from just from if she's finally exploring out in there in that world. You want to not entirely discourage her. So there's kind of 2 points there. Well, there's many points that many goals, or objectives when you're doing this. And some are the obvious, which is making a puppy kind of impervious to novelty. But one of them is building confidence and making sure the puppy is comfortable exploring and on her own a little bit and figuring out the world. And to do that, you don't want to and not that you were harsh with her or anything, but you don't want to be like, no, no, don't do that, no, don't do that, when you're trying to get her to explore. On the other hand, it is a good opportunity to teach her how to leave kids toys and human things alone. I would almost separate those out and just make sure that you, as an owner or as a family, you've decided what kind of toys the puppy can have. Maybe you want to make sure they're not like the toys that are in the house, whether they belong to adult humans or children. And um and if so, there's another lesson we can do there to help separate kids toys from puppy toys, and we can maybe do that another day. But the easiest thing to do is to either let the puppy explore things that are a dog appropriate, like the crunchy a brown paper that was all over the packing paper. I would probably let the puppy pull that around for a little while. I mean, you don't want her to get a paper habit, but if it's her first time seeing something like that and she's wanting to interact with it, I don't think that's entirely a bad thing either. So
Like
it's a
her
balance.
like her playing with it is a valuable lesson for her to realize it's nothing to be scared of. If she chews on it a little bit for a few minutes, that will help her, you know, get used to it and have a fun
Yeah.
day.
Or she drags it across the room for a minute. There's like empowerment in that, right? And no one now it's moving. Whoa, look at that. So um, you know, or just make sure there's more crunchy, crinkly puppy toys out there. Or again, that you're using the kind of toys like maybe they have fleece ropes instead of plush toys that look like kids' toys, or whatever it may be. Then we wear fleece, so there's that. So it's just something to think about. Your puppy is going by um, texture and smell, when they're identifying objects, and the scent of the object, the material, but also the scent, which is your scent on the objects. And so and then the texture of sinking their teeth into certain things. So if you have puppy toys that are similar to human objects, you're going to have problems. You can't really blame the puppy for that. That means more supervision, more redirection, or again, we can have a whole episode on how to separate those things out. So something to think about. But the environment was amazing, and I think she did really well. I like that you were letting her passively just be in the environment for the most part, and gave her lots of chew toy opportunities, something she's familiar with and enjoys, so that she can It's almost like she's not passively learning. She's like, okay, this is a lot. Oh, here's my chew toy. I'm going to focus on this for a minute. But she's peeking around and smelling and then walking over to another chew toy. And she was still taking in the environment. So I think it was a nice way to do it. And at the end, at the end of the session where you are training her in that environment and getting her to move along around things, I think there's room to even do more of that after the initial introduction and get her climbing over building blocks and walking on that shiny surface of the aluminum foil, and getting her on the wobbly thing. I mean, all that will build confidence. So it was a really nicely set up kind of obstacle course too that you could utilize again. So I hope you can recreate that exactly as it was.
Yeah, well,
And
I think I definitely wanted to go crazy this time, but that right, I'll be bringing back a lot of those things, but it was just too crowded to even move around. So right, I'll probably bring back like 30% as much stuff so we have the space to work around it and focus on one or two things. But I'm glad that you liked it.
yeah,
I was very excited putting it together. Couldn't wait to show you.
that was awesome. So good job as always, and I'm continually impressed with little Daisy because she's just a solid little puppy, and I know part of that is her personality, but part of that is obviously everything that's happening. Since she's been home now. What has it been, a month already?
Yeah, it has been a month, just over a month now. Um, yeah, and I think
Right. So
her family's doing a really good job, I think, with the socialization and desensitization stuff and taking her out on little field trips. So like I think she's gonna have a really solid temperament and a lot of confidence. And we're gonna keep working on the obedience stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
she's great. I love how she loves her chew toys and her tug toys, and she loves her crate, and she's a fun little puppy. So
Yeah.
well done.
All right, Kelly. Well, this was fun as always. Thank you very, very much, and I'll see you in the next video.
That was satisfying. Kelly was very impressed with the amount of stuff I was able to cram into that room, and she was impressed with Daisy's ability to roll with it. I think the biggest takeaway I have from Kelly's feedback is that it's okay to let Daisy play with some items a little bit before redirecting her back to her toys. Playing with things will help Daisy get used to them and form positive associations with them, and as long as I'm supervising and ready to redirect if she starts doing something I really don't want, it's okay to let her have a little fun with items that aren't just her toys. Okay, I've got some cleaning up to do. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video, Week 3, Video 3. Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to learn more about dog training and behavior, make sure you visit dunbaracademy.com to check out our selection of courses, many of which are completely free. If you would rather watch more of our videos here on YouTube, just click the links to the right, and if you want to follow us on social media, everything you need is directly below. As always, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell for notifications.